Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to use branches. So I've got my demo open in Bitbucket here, and if you look at this icon right here, this is the branch icon. So you can think of a branch as just like a branch of a tree. And what this is used for what I use it for is when I want to add new features or maybe try something, I don't want to affect the main part of the code that everybody's working from, right? So imagine that me and 5 other guys are working on a website, and the website's up, it's live, and we're just, adding features or whatever. I don't want to risk screwing up, even though I can revert, I don't want to risk changing the main branch. Because think about it, if I were to just add a whole bunch of new code to the main branch, then other people are going to be pulling that in. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll create my own branch and I'll just work on that, and then I can merge the changes when I'm ready. Or if I'm just working on something and I'm not sure if it's going to work or if it's going to look good or whatever, I'll create a branch, and that way if it doesn't work out or whatever, I haven't really modified the main part of the code. Okay, so the way that I'm going to add a branch is I'm going to, again, click on this little branches icon, and in Bitbucket it's up here, create branch, and I'm just going to call this branch dev. Okay, so you notice here it's kind of like this little icon of coming off of the master branch. If I had another branch, like maybe I created a Ryan branch and then I wanted to branch off of that, I could, but let's not go there today. It's basically the same process again. Okay, so I'm going to create a dev branch. And cool. So now my local repository here doesn't know that I've created this branch. So if you forget this, it's actually right here. And this is relatively new. At least I don't remember this being here. So you're going to have to do a get checkout. And before I actually hit enter here, a get fetch. Get fetch, come on. Before I run this, notice that I'm on the master branch right now. So get fetch is basically just going to tell our local repository that there's this dev branch. Okay, and then I'm going to do get checkout dev. Okay, and you can see I switched branch to dev. Your branch is up to date with origin dev, blah, blah, blah. So now what's going to happen is when I open up Visual Studio here, my code's going to look exactly like it did from the last video. Okay, but now maybe I want to get rid of this for loop and do a while. I'll just do int I equals 3 while I cout I, and we'll do I minus minus. Okay, so that'll loop through a few times, and should kick us back out. Cool. Okay, so no pun intended with that. So, all right, now I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna push it up to the server just like if I was working on anything else. So I'll do a get add. And I keep messing that up. Get add dot. Okay, get commits. And I'll push. All right, then let's look at our code here. So if somebody new to the project comes in, and they click on demo and they look at main, they're going to see the main branch, okay, the master branch here. Nothing's changed. But if they wanted to see what we're working on over in development, they can switch over and they can see our development branch and what's going on over here and see what's different. Okay, so it's a really cool way I can then maybe main changes or my master branch. So let's make a change to master. So I'm just going to do get checkout master. Now I'm back onto the master branch, and if I open up Visual Studio again, I'm going to have the code from the master branch. right? So now if we change something here, and I'm going to do the same old stuff. So git add dot, git commit, and I added stuff, and I'm going to do a git push again. Okay, so now again, if I refresh, I'm on my dev branch, so nothing changes. I didn't modify that at all, but my master branch has another change here. So now let's say that my dev branch is done. I added my feature, and what I want to do is I want to take my changes here and put them into the master branch. Okay, so it's no different than if I had made changes locally and I wanted to change them. I can actually merge branches. So I'll show you how to do that in a moment here, but the idea is kind of the same process. There's a couple different ways to do this. The way that I'm going to show you in a moment here is I'm going to show you how to pull the master back into your dev, and then you'll actually move your dev back into master. So the reason for that is if I have a mistake merging, if I screw something up merging, I'd rather have the mistake be on my dev branch and not on the master, right? So the dev is the one that we can kind of afford to screw up because generally, you or a very small part of your team are working on that. Or maybe this is a branch off of dev that just you're working on, something like that. So if you screw that up, it's not that big of a deal. You're the only one that's going to know about it, and you have time to fix it. That way you look really good, right? But if you screw up the master branch, you mess up a merge doing it that way, then other people are going to see it, and that's a little bit embarrassing. So I'll show you how to merge your branches in the next video.